Hello everyone. So what's your collective message for today? I've pulled 2 cards for you. This is a powerful reading. You have 2 major arcana here. One is the Hierophant. The Hierophant can be a representative of like a pope-like figure, or it can be a grand teacher or a religious figure, something like that. This can be about spiritual awakenings right here. Then you also have the High Priestess. Wow. The Hierophant and the High Priestess are kind of like counterparts, if you want to think about it. Because she could be known as like the Popus and the Pope and the Popus or something. I can't remember how they called them. But she's just the female version of the Hierophant, basically. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess, this is pretty impressive that you have both. Wow. This could be some type of power couple right here. A power couple with psychic abilities. Hello. It's funny I would pull that. But also I'm getting something definitely with this card here, the Hierophant. It's time. That's what I'm getting, that it's time. Those of you that find this video, you are awakening. Now, this is what's happening. So what I gather, and I don't know everything, but from what I understand is like, this is a big year, 2025. And I think going into 2026, this is a big year. We have gone into what they call the ascension. Nothing big, we're not talking like the end of the world or anything like that, but we're talking about people that are ascending like to a higher vibration. At least that's the way I understand it. Many people see it different ways, but from what I understand, we're ascending to a higher vibration. So when you change your mindset to a higher vibration and you are realizing that you have the power that goes beyond, when you break away from limiting beliefs, and I'm talking those limiting beliefs that hold you back, feeling limited by the religious indoctrination that we have down here on earth, and the politics of it all, and societal limitations, everything. When you break free, it's like breaking free of shackles. You are free to fly. And once you do, you feel like you can do anything. You are free to explore your spirituality in a different way. It is time. It is time for you to explore. It's time for you to ascend these stairs right here, to go up and explore the spirituality up here. And there's a shape up here, and it kind of looks like, it kind of reminds me of a lotus flower. I don't think it's a lotus, but I don't know what it is. It does have a flower shape, but these shapes that I'm seeing, well, there's a fish in there too. Oh, well, I'm seeing like chakra. There's you can't even see that in there, but I'm seeing the images that show like the third eye. I recognize that one because I have that one hanging up on my rearview mirror. You can buy that stuff at Five Below if you're interested. And so they have these cool little stones that you can hang from your rearview mirror. I have one for the third eye. I have one for the heart chakra, and I think I have one for the solar plexus. Those are like my 3 main ones that I really like to work with. I mean, you can work with all of them, but I think I have one for the third eye? I think I have one for the crown too. Maybe the crown instead. I need to get one for that one if I don't have one. But that being said, I'm seeing a lot here. I'm seeing these symbols. Some of these could be runes. This is your time to explore. So exploring your spirituality, I mean, I would highly recommend that you get in there and, I'm on Meetup, so you can get on Meetup. There's a lot of spiritual groups on there. Awkwardly Zen is one of them. They are on YouTube. They may be on TikTok, if I remember. I don't know if they're on TikTok, but they're on Instagram. They're on YouTube. They do have presences on Facebook, but they're on Meetup, and they have 4 days a week you can go, and you can just be a part of the conversations, and they have different times that you can go. If you're not available during the day, they have evening ones. Awkwardly Zen, or AZ as they're affectionately called, you can go on there and be a part of the discussions. And sometimes you just sit there and listen. Sometimes you get a chance to introduce yourself, where you're from. It's people all over the world. And we get on there and we talk about spirituality. And people talk about different aspects of it. And you don't realize that everything is connected. So this gives you a chance to really explore. And then when you figure out what calls to your soul and what is interesting you, because the High Priestess is holding her secrets. This isn't like deep, dark secrets reading. The secret she holds is that she has the knowing. She's using her crown. right now. You see that her eyes are closed, but the eyes are appearing to be open. That's because she's using her third eye. And this is the seeing, the clairvoyance part of it, the claircognizance of it over here. Her crown, like you see all this color coming up out of her crown. You know, she has got this magic around her, you know, this ethereal, just, I don't know what you call it, but there's also these runes around her up here, these little markings. Some of these appear to be runes. I'm not as familiar with runes, but I know people who are, and you can meet some of these people who are aware of these and know of what they are by finding them on Meetup and Facebook and places like that. There are groups that are out there that you can go and you can look for. You can probably look for websites and stuff too, but the free places I know of would be on Meetup, Instagram, or would probably be on Facebook. Yeah. Any of those social media sites, maybe even TikTok, you could find channels where they give away free information or do readings. You know, I put my readings out on YouTube all the time here. So you could find other people who do other types of divination and you could learn a lot about it. I think YouTube is one of the best places that you could find some of this stuff. So, but don't discount, like if you actually want to go and sit in on a meeting, I think Discord has a lot too. I'm not as familiar with Discord, but they have a lot of groups and you can really go in there and find some information too and be a part of a community. So find your community. These are telling you to go and explore your spirituality because your gifts are starting to awaken. You are starting to awaken. This is your spiritual awakening. This won't be your first one. Like when you start to wake it up, it's just going to keep awakening. You're going to keep going through these transformations and these upgrades, as we call them. This is just what I'm calling them. You can call them whatever you want. These are my words. So this is what I call them. And when I woke up, it's like you wake up and realize that there's more in the world than you realize. There is more than what keeps us here, you know, that's based in science and politics and religion. There is way more than this. And once you break free of that and you realize that you've experienced more than that, you can never go back. It doesn't make sense anymore. So, but all you can do is explore it. It's not a scary thing. It's actually fascinating. But go what you want, you know, go with what calls to you. Follow your intuition. That I'm always going to tell you to follow your intuition. Whatever your gut tells you, your heart tells you. If it says, you know, hey, I want to learn about sacred geometry, there's this symbol back here, looks like sacred geometry. I don't know much about that, but it's more mathematical. Yuck. Okay. I'm not into the mathematics, but, you know, I need to learn at some point. Maybe you're more into astrology. Maybe you want to learn to do tarot like I'm doing, or you want to do oracle or Lenormand. Maybe you want to do pendulums. There's people out there like pagans and Wiccans and different people who like to do spell casting and things. I'm not as familiar with those things. There's some people that just do a little bit on the side. There's eclectic people like me who do a little bit of everything. I like to study a little bit of everything as I go. You can do that too. I mean, I've learned about portals, I've learned about spirit guides and angels and different things as I go, and I'm not all the way there. I just ran a class on Grabavoid numbers, and we don't know a ton about it, but they're out there. And you could always learn about those. I mean, just fall into a free class somewhere and find it. And if you want to come to my group, I have a group on Meetup called Spiritual Compass. So you want to come, like I teach tarot, you know, on Tuesday nights, and I run different classes sometimes on Wednesday. I've got other people that may run oracle classes and may do some astrology. So a few of my other members like to host stuff. I have somebody teaching Kabbalah on Saturday nights. And so if you want to come learn about that, it is interesting to come and pick up some knowledge on it. And that is Jewish mysticism for anybody who doesn't know. And I'm still learning because I don't even know that. But I'm glad I found people that are willing to teach it because I'm still learning. We are always a student of life and always a student of learning. So that is, I mean, and even though the student becomes the teacher is always learning from the other students. It's always a give and take. Oh my gosh, I'm about to run out of time. So get out there. You're waking up. Start exploring and start opening your gifts. That is just my advice. Do it, and do it when you're ready, okay? Good luck.